foot basket, Miriam, so she don't make crumbs. Always through. Did we get everybody finished with their test? She's got a word that's not even a word. What is it? COB. Huh? Yeah. Corn cob. Corn cob. If you spell it, you spell it right.
Has a full moon ever looked so small? That's one of the topics we're explaining today on CNN 10. Thank you for watching this Friday. I'm Carl Azus at the CNN Center. First story takes us to the hurricane-struck Bahamas, where search and rescue crews are combing their way through the islands of Abaco and Grand Bahama. They took a direct hit from Hurricane Dorian on September 1st. It roared over those islands as a Category 5 hurricane and left roughly 70,000 people homeless. Officials say at least 50 people were killed, but the Bahamian government expects that number will go up a lot as more areas are explored. The number of people who are missing is 1,300. Previously, the government had said almost twice as many people were unaccounted for, but on Thursday, after comparing information from different records, officials revised their count. The Bahamian government is trying to set up housing for people who've lost their homes. It says it's committed to restoring their lives and rebuilding their communities. The U.S. government is helping the island nation with everything from keeping track of the missing to getting supplies to those in need. American officials say they made their first check of the hard-hit northern islands, and the U.S. Coast Guard says it's rescued more than 400 people so far. The British government is also helping out. The commanding officer of a British supply ship says some people on Little Abaco Island were completely cut off by the hurricane, that they hadn't seen anyone outside of their community since the storm hit, and that they were out of food and water when the ship arrived. 10-second trivia. Which word best describes the path of the moon's orbit around the Earth? Circular, helical, elliptical, or toroidal? The moon's orbit is elliptical, which means it's not always the same distance from Earth. It's a full moon and a harvest moon and a micro moon and a Friday the 13th moon. If you see the moon tonight, you're seeing an example of how Fridays are awesome. Here's what's happening. The entire circular disk of the moon will be lit up tonight, making it a full moon. And because it's the full moon that occurs closest to the autumnal equinox, the first day of fall, that makes it a harvest moon. But here's where things get amazing.
I was going to ask how you set DVD player if I want to watch one of my own movies
It's farthest
on
point
my
away from
Chromebook.
Earth, so scientists say it'll appear smaller than a full moon normally does. That makes it what they call a micromoon, and this is all happening on Friday the 13th, so the date makes this a super rare full harvest micromoon. How rare? Affiliate KNWA says the last time a full moon was at apogee on this date was in 1832. The next time all this will happen is in the year 2524. So you moon-eyed moon gazers should try to get a glimpse of our nearest natural satellite tonight, because you're going to have to wait a long time to see it again.
Many of the moon's nicknames date back to the early Native Americans. They named each full moon in every month to help them keep track of their planting and harvesting schedule. The full moon in April is known as the pink moon, signaling the first appearance of the wild ground phlox, one of the earliest spring flowers. When you have two full moons in a calendar month, the second one is called the blue moon. One of the more notable moons, the harvest moon in October, also known as the hunter's moon or the blood moon. This is when the leaves are falling off the trees and the animals are fat. So this signaled to tribes it was time to hunt all they could to get them through that long winter. And another thing to note is that the moon does not appear pink during the pink moon, red during the blood moon, or blue during the blue moon. The only thing that can really alter the way we see the moon is if there's a lot of dust, haze, ash, or smoke in the atmosphere. The moon can sometimes have an orange or red glow.
CNN Heroes profiles everyday folks from around the world who are taking
voucher.
It comes from.
Hey. Hey, Carl. Yeah. Heard you're going on a cruise this winter. Uh-huh. Where you headed? Space. That's the kind of conversation envisioned by the company that designed this. It's a cruise ship style space station that would orbit the Earth and act as a space port for researchers, astronauts, and tourists on their way to and from Earth. This is just a design at this point. You can't go there now. The company that created it wants it up and running by 2027. Sure, the accommodations will be out of this world. The beds like sleeping on a cloud. The experience like walking on air. The service otherworldly. The reservations.
Until 2027. Let's go back to it.
Sure, the accommodations will be out of this world. The beds like sleeping on a cloud. The experience like walking on air. The service otherworldly. The reservations waitlisted. And the view the best off Earth. But you should definitely call on a satellite phone before you blast off and check in because the cost could be astronomical, y'all. I'm Carl Azus for CNN 10.
The 9/11 episode. That episode made me cry.